So, this topic is going to be about talking heads and airheads. So, talking heads, if you have heard of the album with a song called Talking Heads, created around the 80s, I believe, 1980s on planet Earth, United States of America, then obviously it might ponder your mind as to why they created that song. And obviously it has something to do with the mental illness that was created that made people talk in their thoughts and in their heads. So obviously this illness has and had been going on for a very long time. How it happens, it is an obvious sign to every person as every life cycle that goes on during the passings of the great family members, kings, queens, and a bunch of ties to family members. You might have come across this before as to a bunch of telepathic conversations going on. However, it is an obvious sign when you listen to the song Zombie, as I recall, from the Cranberries, talks about as these songs by the Cranberries reminds me of something in the vampire world, and their reading abilities and senses and skills are very strong about someone in the thoughts and in the mind of majority of family members that love one another are actually made to accuse one another. So in this meaning and understanding is obvious that perhaps we have gone through this before. So the reason why it's a song that goes on leads to the candy called Airhead. And these Airhead warheads candies are clues left on our very planet to the universe does not lie as to of it must make sense to why it went in someone's head to even name it those names. So, to be completely honest, if you know how to listen to a song creatively and or if you don't really listen to the lyrics but listen to not comprehend the actual lyrics as in terms of the lyrics of Talking Heads, then you may find yourself literally out of your head, as in no voices of other people in your thoughts. So when we're talking about everything else in combinations to why it happens or why it occurs, it is almost like the end of days, end of times, and the threats of the cycling patterns of the circling karmatic cycle of are you going to repeat the same mistakes? So these are the obvious indications as to of someone running time repetitively, non-stop in a circle to win or one-up someone. For example, fucking with people's mental clocks to the point of Alzheimer's and or memory loss, which is what Alzheimer's is, which is sounds symbolically similar to alternating time. So imagine if you have many alternating times, for example, a bunch of family members in a different time and or dimension within your thoughts and or mental telepathic connections. So these times, if someone fast forwards or skips time or something like that, it's gonna mess with your own mental psychological clock, which is obvious that if so many people are running time and things like that through your thoughts and through your mind, it could lead to alternating times such as a sign as Alzheimer's, which is called memory loss. So the reason why it happens is the obvious. We are dying and are going through in our times, and we are perhaps seeking our family members as the suing and the long span of we don't know how we're suing family members and our divine partners to the point of literally telepathically calling each other through all this time. And it's imaginable that someone is running to the future to try to rescue the entire family, as it is not really considered negligence, but obviously considered perhaps the same mistakes of trying to help and or fix what is obviously a sign of broken. So when we're talking about this is if the future is connected trying to help the whole family, and the whole family is trying to pick up what is wrong in the past to transfer to the future so it does not repeat. And during the midst of all this, we could be losing some serious information, such as information to not repeat the same mistake, such as having real sex with John. That could lead to death. Because the cycles of I'm going to clean, I'm going to move, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that is going to repeat. I'm going to wed, I'm going to engage, I'm going to do whatever. It's an obvious sign that during the whole time that someone does this without literally pairing people up properly to the end of the maze, it's an obvious game over. None of the family members won the race. So it's obviously team. And there is no I in team, as we all know this already, as we all are USA citizens. So this obviously indicates that people want to make the same mistakes because people don't have it written down, right? On who is the exact divine partners. So we're at a point of we don't fucking know. Because if we got it right before, then we would already have infinite life, infinite dreams, transcending dreams, and life with our divine partner. But as of now, we do not know who is the real first original possible paired divine partner, as it seems to be cycling in a path and patterns of, oh, she should date this person, oh, she should date that person, no, skip hop, give it to that person. So, I mean, these are the common sense signs that people want to do things to harm themselves in the end, because in the end it's us in the circle. So let's say this person knows for sure this person's with this person, for example, infinity space and John and perhaps Veggie, or I mean, who else would it be? It could be like a Middle Eastern woman that came to the United States named Veggie. But who is she? How will we find her? Energy, soul, body, or whatever. It is a name, right? Obviously, it is a name. So, I mean, these are obvious signs that these are common sense knowledge to figure out on a non-biased term. But how would we know? Because obviously it has to be known somewhere, right? And along those lines, someone wanted to go and nitpick and say, no, we should put this person with this person. No, we should put this person with this person. So during the midst of all of this, it's an obvious sign that many people are placed with other people. And during the history and outcome of the wrong placements and the wrong decisions, it shouldn't be voted. It should be the proper, exact divine partner. It shouldn't be voting. Is it? Like, are you really going to vote Adam with someone else? Obviously not. You're going to vote Adam with Eve. Because that is the obvious sign of written documentation provided from God and the church facilities of Adam is Eve's divine partner. The only documented. And obviously, if they are not gone with the whole entire human race, as in winning this human race, obviously they are somewhere. Possibly name something else. It is most certain that Jane is not with John, is it? But if we are, then possibly my fucking name is Vajee. Middle Eastern fucking woman. Right? So my vagina is someone else's. My energy bell is someone else's. Everything is someone else's. So who the fuck is Vajee? Did she hop, skip, steal John past fucking life? Is that how I lost my memory, brain, and everything else? Is it? And what is this that you do not listen to my channel but want to talk shit every fucking day when I'm talking? You all want to be in the psych ward, electrocution for being gays and lesbians, right? Because love, dig, match, right? If you did not learn psychiatric history, then obviously you are not a high school graduate. So you do not belong in this fucking conversation. It is obviously skeptical when people want to ask for the person created for them, but you want to stomp on me and have me ask for John. I am very skeptic who's fucking my guy.